where do we get the resumes, the applicants, the candidates in the pipeline?
Yeah, no, and that's the million dollar question, so to speak. So here's what we do. Culture is so important to us, and so ideally, if you're trying to figure out who's the right fit, we look to fundamentally the people who know us best and ask for their help. So the one thing we try to guard against is massive amounts of resumes coming in. What I'd rather have is fewer, but they're quality, and then we can properly move them through our processes. But where we look at this, so the people who know us best, so it's going to be our friends and family. So what we look at is our highest performers, the people that demonstrate our culture the best. We go to them directly and we ask them, say, okay, here's what we see in you. Here's what we like about you in particular, and here's how we think that you're a great fit for our team. Who else do you know in your network that would be a good fit? Our top client referral sources, so bankers and attorneys who know us best, we'll always let them know that we're looking. So the people who know us best, who can know who might fit with us, we'll ask them for those. Not just anybody they come across, but specifically, here are the ideal clients we like to work with, but then also here are the ideal people who's a fit for us. And a lot of time we'll say if there's one particular person on our team they work with more than anyone else, we might say like a Darren. So who do you know in your network that demonstrates and is like a Darren? That's someone we're looking for. So we look at so our people that demonstrate and that are a great fit for our culture already on our team, asking them for people in their network. We look at our referral sources. Then also we get into the universities and say, okay, we've developed and cultivated relationships with some of these professors who know us really well. And so inside of their classes, they can look and say, okay, here's an upcoming Darren that's in my class. I know that he would be a great fit at Swindle, Jansen, Hawk & Lloyd. And so then they'll refer to us too. So we really like to tap our networks of friends and family because they're the ones that know us best. And then we ask.
Yeah. And I want to make a point because, if somebody's listening right now and they're thinking, oh, Chet goes out to universities and then you plan to, email 25 professors and, you don't want to come across saying, hey, I'm with ABC firm. We want to hire people in the next 18 months, 12 months, 6 months, whatever. Who do you have that you can send our way? I don't think you're going to get the same quality versus, showing up and say, look, we want to bring in, younger talent into our firm. And we're trying to put together a process, a system of how best to connect with them, hire them, what's important to them. I mean, you work with these great, brilliant students all day, every day. Can I come in and, just connect, even if it's during your, office hours for 15, 30 minutes to learn about the group of kids and upcoming talent that you're working with so we understand it better. And if it's going to be strategic to you to have a relationship with the university, learn about what's going on in their world first, and you can build that same way you're building a relationship with clients, with your team, same way with your referral partners and your vendors. Go there seeking to learn, to understand what's going on in the world. Maybe you can even help them immediately, but if not, you can at least get some insight and get some value and build that relationship. You can build better referrals in that way. Joe, what have you found from a Two Roads perspective to work well in terms of where to get great applicants to come into from a pipeline perspective into Two Roads?
Yeah, I think it comes down to the outsourcing question. We don't have an official HR department here, so we've partnered with recruiting firms, a couple that specialize in the county and a couple that don't. I think there's a great book, I'm sure probably most of you have heard of it or read of it, Good to Great. Just talks about getting the right people on the bus, and that doesn't necessarily mean experience, ability right through the gate. I think Chet has hit on it many times, just that culture piece. So I think getting creative in how you word your job descriptions could help. If you say, I'm an accountant, I'm a bookkeeper, we look for people who know how to reconcile, you might lose some really good talent that might otherwise have sent a resume in and might otherwise been a really great employee that you might just be able to teach some of those skills with. And the reality is the technology has gotten so good, you can teach someone that's administratively gifted and culturally gifted how to do bookkeeping. maybe not so much on the CPA side of things, but bookkeeping, certainly you can do that. So we've opened up the funnel, so to speak, to kind of include senior financial analysts, someone that sees P&Ls and balance sheets, that knows what the end product looks like. Can we fill in the gap of, how do you get it to that end product? And we've had some success there. So our kind of strategy is to get as many people in that top of the funnel, and then we use some recruiting firms to kind of whittle it down. We use our tests that we send out to kind of whittle it down, and really our goal is to try to really only look at 10 to 20 resumes when we're trying to find a candidate, but ideally they're coming from hundreds of resumes that have come through, and with just steps or using a recruiting firm, we've narrowed it down to the best of the best, and then we look to hire one or two of those